And I'm willing to be a part of that equation, and therefore I am announcing my candidacy for President of the United States of America.
So there you go. That was DrBen Carson in an interview last night with CBS News affiliate WKRC. A good place to start with our round table today. And joining us now is Orrin Hudson, the youth mentor, African-American youth mentor and former law enforcement officer, and also former Air Force airman, and Ron Hosko, former assistant director at the FBI. It's good to have everybody with us.
Happy to be with you.
And we just want to explain to our viewers that we probably just saw that screenshot. That was not Orrin Hudson up there. That was the officers that are being charged in Baltimore, but we'll get to that.
Important to clarify.
So let's go back to Ben Carson. Orrin, thanks for joining us. Dr. Carson, as you just heard, announced his presidential run over the weekend. The neurosurgeon once worked at Baltimore's Johns Hopkins Hospital. So I want to get your thoughts. Do urban communities need more mentors and leaders like Dr. Carson? Orrin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think we need people, foot soldiers on the ground. I myself, for one, I'm a foot soldier on the ground. I have a lot of mud on my boots. So we need people working in the trenches, teaching our young people how to take action in the right way. Because if you're burning the buildings down, then you're following the follow. We got to change the game. It's called follow a leader and be a leader. And
do you think Dr. Carson is that leader?
Well, I think he can be. I think he can be a part of the team. But when you need people there that's hands-on, been there, done that. I'm in the trenches every day, just out there fighting and teaching young people the importance of thinking and making good choices. And every move you make has a consequence. And we got to push that method. Everything has a consequence.
All right, Orrin, you mentioned about guys with boots on getting into these communities, but I want to talk real quickly about Marilyn Mosby and something that Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz said. We'll get to you back to you in a second, but let's go ahead and take this question to Ron, because here's what how Alan Dershowitz had to say. He thinks that Marilyn Mosby's news conference was motivated by political expediency and short-term public safety rather than strong evidence. He says the charges are outrageous and irresponsible. Ron, what do you say?
Well, I think that we're at the beginning of this process with respect to these 6 police officers. It wasn't politically expedient to charge them and make and hopefully push the rioting and the voices of division to the side for a little bit. Certainly, her comments sounded like a political pep rally as much as the thoughtful comments of a prosecutor. Where they have serious work ahead. These charges are just the beginning. We are a long, long way from the end. And did she overstep? Did she overcharge? Very likely. I think she's got her work cut out for her now.
Now, Orrin, you talked about the need to get involved in these communities, and this is what I think you were talking about specifically, your role as an Alabama state trooper and also your involvement in the Air Force. You served in the Air Force. Marilyn Mosby also chose to serve her community, but what did you think about her comments during that news conference?
I think what she did is brilliant, and I think what she did was, it was a brilliant move because, we got to look at it this way. If the facts don't work out, then we good. But I think based on what she did was brilliant because the city, no one got killed, no one got hurt, so we good. So everything is peaceful. She made a brilliant move, and then we'll just follow the facts. Follow the facts. I pray for everybody that's involved. I was a state trooper. I've been there. I know what it's like. But at the same time, that's why I pray for both sides, because at the end of the day, she made a smart move. Because if she would have went the other way, somebody would have been. It would have been horrible. So she made a brilliant move.
But don't you think that's going to happen anyway? If these guys are acquitted?
Well, by the end, we'll sell it down and we'll work it out. It'll be good. I'll be in there pushing it, and I'll be in there doing a lot of training, and so we'll be good. But for right now, we need peace right now.
All right.
And we'll deal with that later.
Ron, I want to get your insight on this. Some people are questioning that the arrest of these officers will lead to other officers being a little more, for lack of a better term, gun shy when it comes to going after actual criminals, that they'll think twice about that. Is that a good thing, bad thing? What your thoughts?
Well, I think it's a bad thing. If we are talking about a result that might be depolicing the streets of Baltimore or Philadelphia or Oakland or some of these very challenging environments, and you have police deliberately saying, hold on, if I misapprehend the facts and the law and I charge somebody in good faith that I think they have an illegal weapon or they think they're in possession of, and I chase them, you know, am I at risk of being charged with a criminal offense myself rather than just the charges being dropped? What's the impact of that in our communities that need the police there?
All right,
one of the
Ron,
biggest victims of the police is the community
we're running out of I'm sorry, we're running out of time, but we want to thank you both, Ron and Orrin, for joining us here on Newsmax Now. Hope to have you on again.